He had his feet shackled and then was hung upside down, lowered into a water tank. Finally, locks were secured on all four sides of the tank. This time, Houdini was going to challenge the limits of the human body. Success would bring him fame and fortune, while failure would cost him his life. He would go on to become the world-renowned master of magic, known as the King of Escapes. His escape acts are still talked about with great enthusiasm today. Who would have thought that Houdini's mentor was actually a pig butcher? Once, in front of everyone, this man pulled out a saw and claimed he would saw the woman in the box in half. No one dared to watch directly, except for Houdini, who stared wide-eyed. This caught the butcher's attention, and he invited Houdini on stage. The butcher turned the sawed box towards the audience and asked Houdini to tickle the woman's feet. The next second, the woman let out a hearty laugh. Then, the butcher had Houdini help him close the box. When the lid was opened, the woman stood up unharmed. Seeing the surprised looks on people's faces, Houdini suddenly felt an unprecedented sense of fulfillment. It also opened a door to the world for him. However, as he grew older, he realized that this kind of street magic could barely make ends meet. But soon, an opportunity quietly arrived. One day, while Houdini was performing a handcuff escape trick, a sheriff stopped him. He walked up and directly handcuffed Houdini, demanding that he complete the escape in front of everyone. Houdini's wife was a bit worried because her husband had never performed like this before. But Houdini turned around with a calm expression, casually pulling out a wire from his belt. In just a few seconds, he unlocked the handcuffs. The audience below had a look of disbelief on their faces. Houdini suddenly had a bold idea. The next day, he went to the police station and brought a reporter. He took out all his savings and slapped them on the sheriff's desk. He wanted to make a bet with the sheriff, wagering that the sheriff definitely couldn't keep him locked up. The sheriff was unmoved. Houdini then pulled open his clothes and patted his belly, mocking that the sheriff's fists were made of cotton and had no deterrent effect. This completely infuriated the other party. However, after a punch, Houdini was not only unharmed, but also provoked the sheriff to do it again. In the end, he was handcuffed as he wished and thoroughly searched from head to toe before being pushed into a cell. Before leaving, Jade and Houdini kissed passionately. The sheriff sensed something was wrong and had Houdini open his mouth for inspection, but there was nothing inside. As he left, the sheriff left a stern warning. If Houdini couldn't escape, he would be arrested for disturbing the peace. Houdini wasn't concerned. After everyone left, the real performance began.